You shout it out, but I can't hear what you say. You're talking loud, not saying much. I'm criticized, but all your bullets ricochet. You shoot me down, but I get up. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Fire away, fire away. Ricochet, you take your aim. Fire away, fire away. Shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. I'm on an airplane, and the destination of this flight is to the other side. Yes, I had to go there. I guess I had to come here. I know where I'm from, but now I'm headed where I'm going right. There are powers in the air, you can see them. And they have rockets and machine guns, and they're firing on my brain. But I say fire, fire, ready aim fire. You can't shoot me down, no. Trying to make it straight, cause it's sideways. Trying to take water to a dry place. Trying to take hope where it ain't none. Trying to take a ball to a high place. Wanna make the shooter put the gun down. Wanna make the lame man run again. Make the blind man see the sun again. But all he is bang, bang, yak, yak. And I don't think the powers really want that. Breathing down my neck and on my back, but I say fire, fire. Ready, fire. Oh, you can't shoot me down. No. Fire, fire. Ready, fire. You can't shoot me down.
That's my baby, y'all. That's my child. I love you so much, bro. You are, wow. 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 I don't, tonight has been far beyond anything I could ever imagine. I thought I had an idea in August, and then the idea changed throughout the months, and now we're here, and I thought February would never come, and now it's here, and now the night's over, and I'm just, wow. Woo! Okay, I got a lot to say. We're kind of over time, but I think it was well worth it because all the speakers we heard today were amazing. Totally think it's worth it. I wanted to give other people the opportunity to come and speak and share their minds tonight, but I also wanted to add in a little bit of my own personal opinion about a lot of stuff that was said tonight. Before I get into that, I just want to say thank you to everyone who helped me put this together. Thank you to Adrian for choreographing and helping out with the dances. Thank you to my stagehands. Thank you to my stagehands for coming in last minute. I know I hit y'all up and was like, hey, so I need some people to help me. Thank you guys. Thank you to all the speakers. Thank you to Sydney and Spencer. Honestly, like from the bottom of my heart, y'all mean the world to me. And I'm so blessed to have you guys in my life, and I'm so happy that you guys put up with a lot of rehearsals for tonight. Thank you to media, Uncle Kelvin, Roger, Nick, sound. Thank you for putting up with my indecisiveness, because I didn't know what I wanted. I've never done this before, and I was like, yes, sure, why not? Thank you to my parents for supporting me. Yes, I tried to do as much of this without their help because I wanted to prove that I can do this not only to them, but also to myself to, just say that, I'm getting older, I'm about to go off to college, and I know how to put on an event, and I think I did. Also want to give a huge thank you to Christine for painting. I love you so much. You guys come check out her art when we're done. But yeah, tonight, I don't know, my heart about talking to myself and just my mind going through it. If you ever got one of the flyers that have been passed out throughout, and you read the backside of it, I kind of explained why I wanted to name it Talking to Myself and what that whole idea came from. And it was really just because throughout high school and just growing up, I would always find myself having conversations with myself. It's like, all right, so today this is what happened. I would just debrief my whole day, debrief my whole week, debrief whatever conversation I had, whatever was going on, just debrief it with myself, but I never spoke out loud about what I was feeling, which kind of ties into something that Mark and I were working on, which is the Out Loud organization, which is something that I want to use as a platform to continue to do more stuff like this. I want to be able to advocate for the voices of the youth and of young people to get out of their heads and start speaking out loud about how they feel, because I don't know if you parents have realized, but high schoolers don't tell y'all nothing. We keep everything from you until it's too late, and then we're already broken, and then we come crying to y'all. So I know I've had my fair share of moments where I never said anything to my parents, then my mom just walks in my room to see me on the floor having a panic attack, and she's like, oh, where's all this coming from? And I'm like, it's been a month. Woo! So I want to continue to vocalize the importance of speaking out loud about your feelings, speaking out loud about your emotions. And just how much that's helped me and how that's really transformed my life. My first therapist, if she were here tonight, she could tell you that when I came to her about 5 years ago, I was just this little meek little girl who just never wanted to stop on anyone's toes, and now here I am on this stage doing this whole thing. But it took a long time to really get to a place where I was comfortable with vocalizing how I felt and my emotions, and telling people when I'm not okay, and telling them when I am okay, and being proud of when I am okay, and accepting when I'm not okay. I think a lot of times us as high schoolers and just teens in general, we like to think that if we're not okay, or if our response to how's your day going isn't good, then that means we're weak, or that means we're we're different than how we're supposed to be, or we're not operating in a place that we're supposed to be operating in. And we have to normalize not feeling okay. Like, it is okay to have a bad day. It is not the end of the world. It's not, people aren't gonna think about you differently. It's okay to have a bad day. It's okay to tell someone that you're not feeling it today. because who's expecting us to feel it every single day? And I also wanted to speak to the parents because don't get mad at me, y'all, I'm about to say some stuff. But but I talk to your kids. I've mentored some middle schoolers last year through a leadership program or a leadership class that I was taking. And I also got to go on some trips with them, some retreats with them. And I also speak to high schoolers. And I feel like I am very comfortable with a lot of high schoolers, not only in this church, but at my school. And I hear the stories that they're telling me about, like, their home life. And in the most respectful way possible, I would just like to say to all the parents, don't be a contributing factor to whatever struggles that your child is going through. Sometimes, I'm sorry, it's a little hard to hear, but sometimes I hear them talking and they say stuff like, oh, I just don't feel heard at home, or I feel like every time I speak to my parents, they're just gonna condemn me, or they're not gonna receive what I'm saying. And it breaks my heart, honestly, because it's like, what? But that's your parents, like, that's your mom, that's your dad, that's whoever your guardian is. Like, they should want you to open up to them because we don't open up often. It's rare when we get to open up often. So I would just encourage y'all to listen to your kids when they decide to come to you. Not everything is instantly like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. Listen first. Take a second. Listen to what they're saying first. And then try to assess what's going on next. Also want to say, we got to normalize therapy. Therapy is okay. It is so okay to go to therapy. I remember when I first started therapy, I would tell my friends, like, oh, I can't come to this event tonight, like, I have therapy. And they're like, you have therapy? You're in ninth grade. Why do you have therapy? And I'm like, because I be having rough days, and I need to talk about it with somebody. Like, why don't you have a therapist? Like, come on. Like, it is okay to go to therapy. Therapy does not just necessarily mean that you're crazy or you're this or you're that. It doesn't mean that you have a bunch of problems going on. It doesn't mean that your child, there's something wrong with them. It just means that they need an outlet. They need someone to talk to. They need somewhere that's not home, that's not church, that's not school, to get things off their chest and to say what they're really feeling to somebody who is not in their inner circle, someone who is not a part of their everyday life. I have a lot of thoughts in my mind, but Out Loud organization is going to continue to help me to get these thoughts off my mind and into the community. I just want to thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. This really means a lot to me, for you to support my senior project, support my vision. You can donate to the Out Loud organization also if you want to help me, because this was not free. I had sponsors like Thrivent and Hope Community Development Center sponsor me tonight. They paid for a lot of the food and the decorations that were going on, but there will be a donation box in the back. And thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys. I thank you to the speakers again for really just dropping some wisdom and just some knowledge about mental health and about your experiences. Thank you for being vulnerable and for sharing your heart. I have some thank you cards that I would like to give to some people who have helped me. So if I call your name, please come onto the stage, because I would really like to celebrate you tonight. Can I have Nick and Roger and Uncle Kelvin and Pastor Ray and Mark too? Literally, he is my mentor for my senior project, and Mark is really he's a real one. He came, when I told him about my project, he was like, let's do it. And I was like, cool, yeah. Tish, Sydney, Christine, Spencer, Stacy, Renee, Chrissy, Trey J. Honestly, if you spoke tonight, if you had something to do tonight, your name's probably in here. Tony, Amber, Auntie Tiffany, and Adrian. I would really like to say thank you to all of you guys. This is my village. This is my team. These are the people who support me. Yes. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for helping me out with this. Thank you for being here for me, for riding with me through thick and thin, for supporting me, and just picking up the phone when I needed y'all. Thank you for tonight. Thank all of you guys for showing up. Julian, thank you for shooting tonight. This means so much to me, you guys. I'm just gonna close it tonight. If anyone needs a church home, we have service tomorrow at 9:30. Hope's House right here. But yeah, you guys can feel free to go back out to the vendors, buy some stuff. Please eat the food, please eat the food, please eat the food. There's also a photo booth outside where the hashtag TTM is. Take some photos, post on Instagram, hashtag TTM. But yeah, it's been a fun night. We're gonna take a group photo. But thank you guys so much for coming. I really appreciate that.